Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Again, this is Joshua Carter with Carter Junk Removal or JC Property Maintenance, whatever you have come accustomed to referring to us as. But if you look us up on Google, it's Carter Junk Removal and Trash Removal. But today, I'm going to talk about something that I have been dealing with a lot with my coaching clients. I actually just wrapped up with a coaching client, and I'm sure some of you all are probably wondering, like, how do I run a business, and how do I do coaching clients and do it effectively? Well, the way that I do it, and I do it effectively, is that I understand that there's balance with everything. So there's balance with life in general. So if you're in a relationship and you're trying to start a business, you need to have that balance. If you are, still doing your 9 to 5 prior, at the same time as starting your business, you need to have a balance there. If you have children, you need to have the balance there. If you are in, the spiritual realm where you're going to church and you're trying to be active in your church, anything, your fitness lifestyle, you have to have a balance. And if you don't have a balance, you will go crazy. Now, along with balance comes a schedule, comes a strict schedule that no one or no one thing can knock you off, especially if you're starting a business, which, most of you are probably starting a junk removal business. So you are trying to, it's something that can be done every day. It's not something that, you have to be, you can only do it on the weekends, or you can only do it on, Mondays and Thursdays, whatever. But if you are in school, or if you're working still at your full-time job, then maybe you do have certain days. So those days that you block out, you balance those days for your business. Now, every day you should be strategizing your business. Even when you're at your job, you should be doing things that are bettering your business, but not hurting your performance at your job. So that's how I do it. So every Thursday, every Saturday, and every Friday night. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, basically. Now Friday, it's only in the evening. I take on coaching clients. Now I have a 10-team junk removal business. I have an effective 2-person office staff that I can trust to make phone calls, but everything, and I mean everything, does not move without my approval. So what does that mean? When the guys are on a job, one of them is my foreman. So if he's on a job, he sends pictures. I'm in constant communication. I don't do the coaching at the office because I want it to be very impersonable. So if someone wants to meet me at a restaurant, they want to take me to their business location, whichever they feel necessary. So I block out all day Thursday for that time. Now, if no one is scheduled for coaching, then I'm working. I'm out in the front lines with with my guys, and so basically I just scheduled around like that. So I blocked out those 3 days, or portions of Friday and portions of Saturday, for coaching. Now, like I said, the first hour is free, so some people try to keep it under an hour, which is great, and some others want to do it like the whole day experience. So that we factor all that in. Now, what I was saying in the beginning, a lot of the coaching clients just from this week alone, and the one that I actually just wrapped up with, we went for 3 hours. He took me to where he does most of his business from. He took me out on a sample job to see how he can go about doing things a little different, more effective, and he has a 2-person crew. But the thing about it is, a lot of people are, we're a generation, and I'm 32 years old, so I'm part of this generation too, where, we want everything so quick, right? So we don't really want to wait and be patient for results. We want to, if we go to the gym for a week, we already in our minds think that we should be looking like like we've been in the gym for 2 to 5 years. If we start a business, we want that business, because our vision is so clear, we want our business to grow and be effective in a time frame that we want it to be. Not factoring in the economy, not factoring in the flow of business, not factoring in the trend of business, anything like that. but we want it to happen for us right in the moment. That's why you hear a lot of people call us like the Pepsi generation or the microwave generation. Because, like a microwave, you put your food in 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes, your food is ready. Now, sometimes you put your food in for 3 minutes, and it's not ready. So what do? You go back and start over, add an additional minute, add an additional 3 minutes, whatever you have to do. So it's the same thing, really, with this business that you're trying to start. So you're trying to start a junk removal business, and let's say you've been at it for 3 years, and you've worked your plan, you've put money into marketing, you have done a lot of things, but you're not where the big guys are. You're not where you see yourself taking this business to the point where you can replace your income, you can have a full crew, you can start to, you don't have to actually be the one out there doing the labor, but you haven't gotten to that point yet, and you're frustrated. Like, you want to quit, you want to give up. But a tip that I tell people all the time is, it's such a cliche thing to say, but I take it a step further. So people say, I've been patient as possible. I work to my knuckles bleed. I'm broke. I've put so much money into Facebook marketing and actual like offline marketing, and it's not working. Now, those same people will tell me that, I'm getting about 2 or 3 jobs a week. How can I get 5 to 7 jobs a week? How can I get 40 jobs a month? How can I get it to the point where I have to bring on more people? But they've only been in business 2 or 3 years. So you haven't even been able to hit the real hurdles that you're going to face in business. Now, I've told you in previous videos, I've been doing junk removal since I was 15 years old. But I've only been doing it full time for about 3 to 5 years, right? Because I was still working a job. I was still, trying to figure out the ins and outs of the business. There was a lot of things that I had to figure out, a lot of hurdles I had to overcome. Now, I'm to a point now where, like I said, I have a 10-person crew, which if you know anything about junk removal, a 10-person crew is not a lot. I'll tell you right now, 1-800-JUNK, got junk. One franchise of theirs has about 40 to 50 person crews, and that's just like their crew. That's not their office staff or anything like that. That's one like franchise. That's like if you go and you call one and they come out to your place, that one franchise that you call, they have about 40 to 50 people crews. Same thing with a bunch of other places like College Hunks Junk Removal. They have 75 people per crew. So these are the things that you want to study. Now, for me, I have a crew of 10, 5 full-time, 5 part-time, and then, like I said, 2 office staff people. Now, I've been doing it, like I said, 3 to 5 years. The first 2 years, I would say were a success. The first 2 years were a success because I was getting jobs every week. I was overflowing into the weeks, but it was me and one other person with 1 truck, with no office, with not too much real reliable insurance. So when I talk to my clients, they tell me they've been in business for 8 months and they're not getting calls like they feel like they should. My comeback to it always is you have to work your patience. So what does that mean? Like I said, it's very cliche. It's not like I didn't crack the scientific code. Work your patience basically means you are working nonstop. You have some balance. You still have a life. You still take your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or your boyfriend out. You entertain your children, but you block out time to work. And when you're working, nothing can distract you. So you're working your patience. So let's say you say, okay, every Monday I'm going to do flyers. Every Tuesday I'm going to do cold calls. Every Wednesday I'm going to go into 15 different companies. And every Thursday is going to be a personal day. Every Friday we're gonna continue to do stuff for marketing. And then Saturday and Sunday are work days. Like we're banking to get jobs on the weekends. We're using the week to build up to the weekend. And that's actually a good strategy to use. But let's say, it's not working right away, but you've only been doing it for a month. Now you have to get into scientific stuff, where it's like the law of averages. Now, the law of averages says there's no way possible that if you knock on 100 doors, 100 people will tell you no. Now, let's say you do knock on 100 doors and 100 people tell you no, right? Well, then you need to go and knock on 200. Or you need to go and knock on 300. Or you need to call 500 instead of calling 50. Because the law of averages, the more you open your area of opportunity, the more opportunity you're going to get. So I've told you, and you can go back and look at the videos about a networking day. So every Tuesday was our networking day, and every Tuesday still is our networking day. So when the guys are in a neighborhood or in an office area doing a job, I'm in the same area, in the same neighborhood, doing flyers, knocking on doors, dropping off business cards, constantly working. Even when I go out to dinner with my daughter, I take my daughter out to eat, I leave business cards. I leave a business card with the waiter or the waitress. You know, I leave them in the front door, leave them on the table. They throw them away, they throw them away. But always working. So you'll get to a point where you will understand that maybe right now you're saying to yourself, you know what, anyway, before I say that, let me say this. And you guys will notice I tend to get off track a lot because I have a lot that I want to say, and it's I'm trying to help as many people as possible. So if you don't like it, just cut the video off. But what I was saying about the networking day is on those days, if we're in a neighborhood and I've already scouted that neighborhood out where it says, okay, this particular subdivision has 75 houses. Okay, so if we're in the neighborhood, I'll come prepared with 75 door hangers as well as 75 cards because I'm knocking on all 75 doors while the guys are working. Now, if they finish and we have other jobs to do that day, they can leave and I'll finish the neighborhood. I'm not leaving that neighborhood until every door has been knocked and every door has a door hanger on it and every person that I've spoke to is giving them a card. Now, junk removal is something that a lot of people do use, obviously, on demand, but some people have furniture that they have their garages that need to be, they want to get stuff out of there. Changing over the seasons, they want to get stuff done. They want to get their house ready for summer. They want to get their house ready for spring. If you live in Florida like I do, they just want to get their home ready for, maybe they're going back up north, or maybe they are, just getting new things in the house and they want to have their garage available to store old stuff. Whatever it is, the opportunity is going to be there for something. So if you get 1 to 3 people out of that 75, that's a win for you. Anything 1 is better than 0. So that's a win for you. So when I say work your patience, you have to expand your area of opportunity as well as work your patience. So you'll get to a point, let's say you're just starting out, you're a small crew, you have you and one other person, or just you. Like, you go do all the junk removal jobs yourself. Which I highly don't recommend, but you go do all the junk removal jobs yourself. So let's say you go to a neighborhood and you get in this neighborhood and you finish the job. So you've already scouted out that neighborhood, right? Because probably the person saw your ad on Craigslist or Facebook or a flyer in the neighborhood. So if you have put the flyer in the neighborhood, you've already scouted that neighborhood out. So there's 75 houses. So you finish the job. Say you get on the job at 8 o'clock. You were there to remove 10 items. You've done it. Your truck is loaded up. You take off. You go park your truck somewhere like in a common area, whether it be on a side street or, most of these neighborhoods have places you can park. And you hit those other 74 homes. So if you got the job started at 8, you finished at 10. From 10 to 4, work those homes. That's a full day's work. Work your patience. Now, this video went way longer than what I expected. So if you want to find out more about how to work your patience, just go to our Facebook page. The link will be in the description. Have a good day.